Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to show you a study case on one of my strong students, Terence, right here, that have done like a crazy progress, starting out with 2 to 3 presses, not consistent, to now he is able to do almost 6 presses. And this progress is unusual. Not everybody can do it, but I'm here to show you how we did it together in order for you to learn and gain knowledge from it so you can apply it to your training session and progress faster. So basically, let's see the video. I will analyze everything with you and show you together. So, as I said, we started with analyzing his presses technique. So we went over like the cues that he can apply to make things like more efficient and saving strength in order to do it more easily. So he did it pretty good, honestly. Like the technique here is pretty nice. He could master a little bit more like the legs driven movement, going, for example, like this, when he starts like the press, and then right after, once he's here, doing it a little bit with the head, tucking his head in. It's going to help him a little bit more. We went over it, but honestly, it was great even before. So we were just checking like how things are going to be. And then we move on like the weak points. So his weak points was clearly the pressing negatives. So basically, going from the handstand position towards like again to the planche was very tough for him. So the technique wasn't really there, and we can see it like in this video that we work specifically on that. So what we did um, was basically doing planche negatives, and we were focusing specifically on regaining the planche height. And what does it even mean? The planche height is basically the higher your planche is, basically, this is the parallettes, and the higher the planche, for example, his body is going to be here. The next press is going to be easier. For example, if he was in this height, let's take a blue one, and it was just like this, and it was way harder for him to go from the blue line into another press because the range of motion was way bigger compared to the red line. So the main focus should be in being higher, and you can do it by 2 things. And this is protraction, basically like doing scapular abduction. Uh, um, and the second one is doing shoulder extension, which is like, yeah, doing the planche primary movement, um, making this movement basically. So we were working specifically on that, as I said, with the planche negatives. Um, and this is like kinda how it went. We'll just, yes, and let's see. So you can see the planche negatives are way better now after we were focusing on that. And now he's more in control of it. And also, like the negative should always come from like the main joints from the upper body to the lower body. So it's going to be the exact same movement as the press, but backwards. So, for example, if I'm starting the movement with my legs when I'm doing the presses, here the legs are going to come last. So it's all about like driving the head first and then protracting the scapula as soon as possible, because this is the easiest part to do protraction at, because now once you are in a handstand position, almost like just exited it, it's going to be easier compared to when I'm in a planche. So head, shoulders, protraction, everything in the scapula, like starting the shoulder depression, external rotation, so on. And then just the hips are going to come down less, not less, like after the shoulder, and then the legs. So it's going to be like this. Okay, so after we covered like the weak link in his planche training, we were going to work specifically on volume. And we did that by using intention of gaining more repetitions. Um, and we were not even focusing on like the perfect form. We were focusing on actually first unlocking like more repetitions, and only after this comes, like you own it first in the mind and obviously physically also, then it's way easier to do it like cleaner. So let's see the video. So as you can see, that's way better now, way easier for him. And as I said, we were focusing also on effective form, which means like the goal here wasn't to do it like as clean as possible. The goal here was to use a good enough form that will allow him to progress the fastest way. And only after like we are getting more reps in, more volume in, that's when comes like the cleaning up phase. So now we were focusing specifically on gaining reps by utilizing this method. So as you can see, way more repetitions than before, way better. Even though it doesn't like go all the way down, it's completely fine. As I said, we are utilizing this method. And the last thing that we covered up was the tempo. And tempo, if you don't know, is like the how fast you are doing the repetitions. And why is it even important like in doing presses? Because the negative is very crucial on how the next press is going to look like. And if the negative is bad, then the next press is going to be very hard. You have to master the negative in order like to master the presses also. So it's not like one or the other, it's combining them both very usefully. And we were working on that basically like if the tempo is consistent, it will allow you like to be more efficient with your pressing. Like once you are breaking the tempo, for example, here you can see the presses are very consistent with the timing and everything. But once one negative, for example, is very fast, the next one is going to be hard. For example, as you can see literally here, this is what happened. The negative was very fast all of the sudden, and the next press was harder for him. This one was easier for him. So you don't want to break the tempo, you want to keep it consistent, and this is going to allow you to be more efficient with your performance. So I hope you liked it. I hope you gained some more knowledge of it. Obviously, didn't show like his training structure, but this was a huge part of it also. So it's not just about like the cues, everything very important it is, but the training structure is also like a huge part of it.